Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Becca and this is my channel where we talk about all the houseplant things, do all of the houseplant chores. So today I'm doing some watering and I have been trying to tackle watering a little bit at a time, but today is going to be a little bit more of a bulky watering day. So I figured that we could just like chat while I get this done. Yeah, it's not like my favorite plant chore in the world, but it has to be done. So let's do this. I've been using this corner as my watering area just because it's like easily accessible. There's a lot of furniture in here and I actually have a bunch of boxes in here right now because I checked my P.O. box and I got a lot of stuff. So I'm kind of sifting through that. So this area is kind of just a lot easier for me. And also I've been using my Plantipotty, of course, but I put my Plantipotty on this wheelie guy and that has just made it a lot easier to, I don't know, move it around the room. Okay, so what has life been like lately? Let's chat about life. Obviously, baby here. We're waking up about every 2 hours at night to feed. She feeds every 2 hours around the clock. All day, all night. So as you can imagine, we're a bit sleep deprived, kind of just going through all of that. I distinctly remember when I was pregnant, I said that I was not really at all worried about having a newborn because, you know, my sister is a lot younger than me. I've taken care of a lot of babies. But I kind of forgot about the whole being awake all night thing. And that has been a little hard on me, mentally, emotionally, physically. As it is for, I'm sure, everybody who goes through this. Lots of people have told me that it's short-lived and, you know, while they're this little, you know, you just soak up all the newborn cuddles, all the contact naps you can, and that makes it okay, which I completely agree. She's sleeping right now and it's just so sweet to have her just in this little carrier. This is the Aerial Carrier by Wildbird, and I really like it. Out of all the carriers that I've used, it's by far my favorite. It feels the most secure, probably because it is more of like a ergonomic design, but she's still really tiny and like likes to be scrunched up. She finally meets the weight requirements for stuff like this, which is really nice for me because I can kind of get stuff done. Yeah, I've slowly been able to do a little bit more here and there. I mean, she is like a month old now. Actually, today is her due date. I'm filming this on her due date, which is just a crazy feeling, like knowing that today was the day that I've been waiting for so long and it's here and she's been here for so long already. Like, I don't know, it feels like stolen time, like in the best way. This plant needs to be held up because it is not wanting to stay up on its own. I mean, I can do something like that. Actually, how's that? I think that works. Yeah, okay, cool. The light's gonna fluctuate a lot, just so you know, because it's currently like 5 o'clock. Oh, it's 6 o'clock right now. So the sun is setting on us slowly, but this plant finally put out a new leaf, which is this one. It's very beautiful. It's a little wonky, like slightly wonky, but you can see it's a nice like deep green color because it's new. And then we have a new leaf coming in right here. You're not gonna be able to see it, but you're gonna have to trust me, which is exciting because this plant has not put out new leaves in, I wanna say years, and so now we have 2 new leaves coming out, which is just really exciting. Yeah, I'm stoked about it. I think it's because I've been watering it more often. What a concept, you know? This plant, as I shared when I styled this new shelf, got pretty badly sunburned by the new, or not by the new, by my grow lights in the plant cabinet. So we're to the point now where I'm like, okay, let's cut off these nasty leaves. And look at this. I actually am just noticing this right now. This is a new leaf. I wasn't sure if it was gonna continue putting out new leaves outside of the cabinet, but it totally is. Look at that. That is brand new. It's still soft. That's exciting. So in light of that, let's get rid of, oh, okay, that just popped right off. We'll get rid of this one and we'll get rid of this one because that is pretty crusty looking. Like, you don't necessarily have to get rid of leaves like this, but it's just ugly and I'd prefer it not to be on the plant anymore if I have other leaves that are fine. So the leaves are slowly starting to all be in one direction, like kind of. As I said before, when I styled this shelf, it's gonna take a while for all of the leaves to move, but they will move eventually. And this plant, this one I'm definitely gonna stake up on here because it's not wanting to stay. Although it does need a different situation. This is a plant that's been needing a plank for a while and I've kind of just been putting it off. This is my philodendron adibapoense. Uh-oh, we're leaking down the side. Forgot that this pot has holes all around on the bottom and not just in the center. Man, there's so many fungus gnats coming out right now. It is fungus gnat season, you guys. I feel like this is new. I don't remember this leaf. It's been a long time since I've spent time with my plants. I think this is new. This is a philodendron. Oh, I'm forgetting the name of this plant. Oh my gosh. Look, there's roots coming out the bottom as well. That happened with another one of those anthuriums that I got from Ecuagenera. I wonder if they're all outgrowing those pots already. That would be crazy. Also, I told you guys this would look so much better in this corner shelf because it's so close to the window. It's put out some really nice leaves. It doesn't look like there's any more cooking just yet, but this leaf recently came out and it's just so beautiful. That one could use a soil top up. I think I'm gonna do that real quick. This Hoya has so many new leaves on this twisty stem. Maybe the plant had this stem when I opened it, but it didn't have any leaves on it yet. Look at how cool. Okay, you can't really see it very well, but that is such a beautiful leaf. Oh my gosh, and we have more over here. I'm totally obsessed. I've been watching a lot of television and the shows that we're watching right now, well, I particularly am watching Love Island. This season is really interesting. Like they're throwing in a lot more twists and turns than usual, which like I have to say I'm kind of enjoying, although it is strange. I don't know, I guess after 10 seasons, it can probably be a bit monotonous. So it's nice to switch it up. And that show is also just like really great for a time like this because there's literally a new episode like almost every night. My husband was like, I feel like you're watching this every day. And I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm also just watching like feel-good classic movies. I watched Pride and Prejudice the other day, and I mean, of course, like I'm falling asleep every single time I try to watch a movie. It's just comforting to watch movies that I've seen before and like, I don't know, feel comfortable just taking a snooze if I need to. I don't know if anybody out there is like me, but I really don't like watching new movies. Like I would so much prefer to watch a movie that I've seen already over a movie that I've never seen. I think it has something to do with anxiety. Like I read that somewhere, or maybe it was on TikTok or something. So like definitely don't take that to heart as like a fact. But yeah, I just like to know, like I like the predictability of knowing what's gonna happen in the movies. Like I already know that I'm gonna like it, and if I watch something that I've never seen before, it's like, what if I don't like it and I've wasted my time and energy watching this movie when I could have been watching something that I know I for sure would like. I also want to show you guys this mother of thousands that is living in the pot that I made during my pottery class, and it's growing like another set of leaves, which is really cute. We don't have any babies off of the babies yet because these were all babies that I got from a plant swap, and I put them in this pot that I made in my pottery class. It's like super shallow, so I honestly don't know how long they're going to be able to live in here, but it is cute for the time being, right? This Pilea is honestly such a rock star. I neglect it so bad. It's up like a lot higher than a lot of my other plants, so it tends to get slightly neglected, but it could also use a bit of a soil top up, so we're gonna do that real quick. This pot has holes on the sides of it, which I didn't really think through very well because when I water it, if I water it too fast, the water will come out of the top holes. And also, with it being a Pilea peperomioides, they put off a lot of babies. So there's babies coming out of the holes, which is really cute. If I ever decide to separate them, I'm sure they'll be fine. But it's just kind of cute to see them hanging out the side like a strawberry pot. I love it. Ever since this has been potted in plastic, it is significantly happier in putting out new growth. Like this is a new leaf that came out at some point recently, I think. Like it's pretty big, it looks new. This one is for sure new because it has a little bit of a different coloring. So there is hope yet for this plant. It's kind of pretty again. Like I like it again. I love when that happens, when a plant is like on the way out and then I make a small change, like changing the pot, and then it's suddenly way happier. I've also been going on little walks to get outside and also spending time out in my very sad vegetable garden is nice too. Like the vegetable garden this year is so bad. I'm not showing the garden content on this channel anymore. It's actually on my vlog channel. So if you're interested in seeing any of that, it's over there now. But I don't know if I'm gonna show the rest of the garden this year, like what it ended up looking like, because it is just truly so heinous. Like really nothing has grown well at all. There's one thing that's growing well, and that is my cantaloupe, and it's because I'm babying it like a lot, because cantaloupe is like my favorite thing and I love growing my own. But that's probably the only reason that it's actually doing well, is because I'm babying it. I don't have irrigation out there, which was a huge mistake. I should have done that when I installed the garden, but I thought like it rained enough here that it would be fine. In the first year it was fine, but every year after that it's been really dry and just very difficult to keep things like happy enough to be fruiting like the whole summer long. And this year I finally started fertilizing the garden. Like I had never fertilized it before, which is embarrassing, but I didn't. It also took me a couple of years to start fertilizing my houseplants, so I guess all in good time, you know? But anyway, even though it looks like crap, it's still nice to get out there and water, just because it gives me something to do that's outside, and like being outside is very healing and just makes me feel so much better, because I do get a little stir crazy being inside all the time. Although I love hanging out with my baby, it's hard to be so stagnant, you know, when I'm used to being like a go type of person. But right now is definitely the time in life where I should be a little bit more chill and calm. And yeah, so doing things like watering the garden, walking around our property, going on little walks in the park in town, it's been a really nice like mind clearing thing to do. Okay, this plant that I got from the Ecuagenera pop-up has looked like this since I bought it. Like the leaves were laying down, and I've just slowly lost more and more leaves. Like it's just really not happy. And I don't know. I can't say that I've done everything I can, because clearly my mind is a little bit preoccupied, but I am watering it like definitely a lot more than my other plants. It's just not having it, you know? Like I think I'm gonna have to reroot it, just completely start over with the root system, because it's just looking really crusty. The root system is looking really crusty, and I don't know. I just would rather start over than try to save what's currently there. So I'll probably do that soon, on a day where I have a little bit more energy and time, honestly. Hopefully soon, because yeah, it's just not shaping up how I thought it would. And I feel like these leaves are toast. Like they have never rehydrated to the point where they were standing up, and they just feel really soft all around, and they've slowly just turned more and more brown. The stem itself looks very good, so I'm not necessarily concerned about like the plant in general. It's just like the general health of the plant. Like I know that I could probably bring it back. It's just, it's gonna take time and effort, and I don't necessarily have that right now, but I think I'm gonna try. Okay, but with that, I have finished, or I'm about to finish watering zone A of my houseplant collection. I decided during this video that I'm going to officially name the sections of my houseplants. So this wall right here, this whole area, and this shelf right here is officially zone A. And I'm going to make zone B, what should be zone B? I'm gonna make zone B the arch shelf and the coffee table. Yeah, zone B can be a bit lighter. That's only like 1, 2, 3, 4 plants usually. So I might lump that in with other sections once I'm, you know, actually watering. And then zone C is going to be the bench down here and row 1. I think that I know that doesn't make sense. Okay. Zone B is going to be the arch shelf, the coffee table, and the bottom half of the bench. like this stuff that's sitting up here. Okay, zone C is going to be these two rows right here. And then zone D is going to be the top 2 rows up there. So then that would mean that the plant room could technically be broken up into 4 days of watering. And as long as I'm keeping things like relatively on schedule, they shouldn't overlap too much. Although I have always said that when you do water in zones, it is possible that they're going to overlap at least sometimes. So it's okay if you like, you know, if they both need water, like if zone A and B need water on the same day, it's okay to pick the one that needs it more. Like, you know, if the plants from zone A were looking a lot worse, I would probably just do that one first and then get to zone B the next day. Or maybe I would wait like a few extra days so they're not on the same schedule the next time around. I don't know. I just know that when I break up my plant collection into zones and I only water like a couple things at a time, it's so much better for me because things aren't going to be needing water all at the same time every single time. Like my kitchen is on a completely different schedule than the stuff in here, which is super nice. But for a long time, everything in here has been on the same schedule, and I've been trying so hard to get out of that. Because it's just super stressful when it comes time to water. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and just doing something normal. It's really nice. If you want to support my channel during my maternity leave, the best way to do that would be just to keep showing up every Tuesday when I upload. I am only posting once a week during this time, but typically I post twice a week. And yeah, so if you want to help out, that'd be a great way to do it. I also have a Patreon, and I have like affiliate links and things like that in the description box of this video, like an Amazon storefront. And if I ever link a product and it says like magic links, that is an affiliate link. And I do get like a tiny bit of kickback from stuff like that. So I don't know, those are just some easy ways to support my channel if you want. I really appreciate you being here and showing up for me during this time. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.